Real estate depending on your own situation, your stage of life, and your own financial enlightenment. Today I want to tell you about the different types of real estate investing, but not with the fancy term. We're talking real world scenarios for everyday people like you and me. We'll explore 5 different paths showing you how real estate can fit into your life no matter what stage of life you may be in. Hello, my name is Adrian Ornelas. I'm a real estate broker, real estate agent here in Las Vegas, and I've been helping people buy and sell homes for 19 years. The majority of my clients are everyday people who work or have worked in the gaming or resort industry, people in the medical field, construction workers, plumbers, teachers, truck drivers, and on, you get it. Many years ago, I came across an idea based on what I noticed many older people I had conversations with did over decades, which was keeping one extra property through their lifetime. Nothing exciting, but the value has increased substantially over those years. This sparked an idea, a real estate pyramid or multi-level structure, but before I lose you, a pyramid for myself only. I didn't have a lot of cash, but I had hit my goal of $10,000. So I thought, what if I can buy one more property every year with a low down payment? Start with one home, and then the next, and then the next, and every time whatever cash I had on hand, I was able to invest back into my lifelong pyramid, or how the fancy call it, a real estate portfolio. Scenario 1, the everyday working person. Not a lot of cash available yet, just ambition and a dream of what can be. You don't own a home yet. You may be renting or living with your parents, so you don't have tons of cash saved. You've got a steady job that pays well, and you've managed to set aside a good amount of money over the past year or two. So you've realized that keeping it in the bank isn't doing much for you, and just spending it feels like a waste. So you're ready for your money to start working harder. So here's your best bet. Buy your first home with a low down payment or a down payment grant from your state. Here in Nevada, we have a Home is Possible grant that is excellent. There are several programs that can provide the down payment for your home. The goal here isn't to be Warren Buffett or call yourself a real estate investor. It's just to own a home. It doesn't have to be your dream home. It just has to fit your long-term goals, which means that the house can be an excellent investment property in the near future after you have lived in the home at least 2 years. And even if you stay 5 years, the goal was to own something and financially prepare yourself to buy another home. House hacking. This is a social media term I hate. You didn't hack anything, but this is what they mean by house hacking. You buy a 2, 3, or 4 unit property like a duplex or triplex, live in one unit and rent the others. The rental income helps you cover part of the mortgage, essentially letting your tenants pay your house cost. Truth be told, here in Las Vegas, these types of properties, the fourplexes and duplexes, are in older parts of town, so you have to be comfortable with not being fancy, and this is a rough start to a great possibility. If you're young and already live with roommates, you might as well house hack by buying your own home and still getting rent money from your current roommates. But my parents live with me and we rent. If you're in this situation, you have been given some cards you may not like, but hear me out. Buy your first home so you and your parents can stop renting today. Buy a home you know will work for them in the future, in a location that you know they will be safe in. You help them and you help yourself in the future. So if you think about it, you will never have to worry about where your parents will have to rent in the future. And believe me, this comes up a lot. You will be able to buy another home much easier that may fit what you will like in a home, or for any future or life investments that you may want to keep. Taking care of your family today instead of tomorrow will always bring you peace of mind in the future and today. And lastly, here are the much simpler ways to throw some cash into real estate without buying a house or having to worry about the locations, etc. REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. Think of these as real estate mutual funds. You invest in companies that own income-producing properties. It's a low-cost, hands-off way to get into real estate. Real estate crowdfunding. This is where you pool money with other investors to buy properties. It opens up the door to bigger deals with smaller personal investments. Both of these are something that you just put money in and they're provided by big corporations. Scenario 2, you are a high earner, you've got a great paying job, and you're saving a ton of money, but your bank account is barely earning anything. Your 401k is solid, but you still have extra cash after setting aside vacation funds. So now you're looking to put extra money into real estate. My advice, again, buy your primary home. You will have a very easy time qualifying for a mortgage because you probably are overqualified. The home doesn't have to be anything fancy or your dream home yet, but also go back to scenario 1 and you can do all of those as well. Or you can buy traditional rental properties. Buying a single family home or a small multifamily property to rent out. This provides a steady income and a potential of value growth in the future. But also remember this, you don't have to own a primary home to buy investment properties. It's truth. The next option is to buy turnkey rental properties. These are already renovated and often tenant-occupied properties you buy from companies that specialize in having turnkey properties. And these might be a little bit more expensive, but it's truly a hands-off way of owning rental properties. And here's another investment vehicle that is less hands-on, but will give you a good return. There's something called a real estate debt fund. You invest in loans secured by real estate receiving interest payments. So essentially, you're almost a bank to some investor out there. This can offer higher returns than traditional savings. Scenario number 3, the business owner dilemma, to buy or not to buy. Should you buy before your business is a full-time dream or after your business has been established and successful? This category has 2 different paths for business owners. Those who buy a home before launching their main venture and those who conquer their business before they buy the first home. In this scenario, you've got a job, but your side business is gaining traction and you know you'll eventually leave your job to focus on growing it full time. You're thinking about real estate before making that big leap. So here's what you could do. Being that you have an established employment, qualifying for a mortgage will be much easier because as a business owner, you will have to wait at least a year or 2 to qualify for a traditional financing. The reason you want to buy is because your qualification is possible today and it might not be possible immediately after you start your own business. So you buy a home you can afford now with all the things I already mentioned in scenario 1 and 2. This may not be your dream home, but a stepping stone to your greater future. Now you don't have to worry about anything else except focusing on your business. So this way you don't have to worry if the landlord will sell the house or if you're gonna have to be moving. This all while focusing on your business. This provides stability that you have control of. And you can still continue to rent and just buy a small investment property with a 20% down payment, all while still having a stable job and income to help you qualify for that particular financing. And here's the other option, buying your business's commercial property. Own the building where your business is operating. This option turns your rent payments into equity and gives you a lot more control. But also, just go ahead and buy your primary home now. And again, this doesn't have to be your dream home yet, but a nice enough home to be comfortable and start building a residential portfolio for the future or your retirement or whatever you can do to use that cash on hand that your business is providing. But if you don't have time, just get a diversified real estate portfolio. Invest across various real estate sectors, including residential, commercial, industrial, and self-storage to diversify your wealth beyond your own business. Luxury residential properties. Now that you have a big income from your business, investing in high-end homes either for personal use or for lucrative short-term rentals, this can provide a great investment. If you have noticed the trend here, we're scaling up in the different types of incomes that this individual in each scenario is growing into. Scenario number 4, the established professional, time poor and hands-off desired. You already own your dream home, have your dream car, have a few rental properties, and already most of what you want. So now you're ready to invest further into real estate, but your biggest hurdle is time. You don't want to deal with maintenance issues or tenant calls. You want to invest, but you need it to be truly passive. So here's what you do. You hire a professional or partner with people who know what they're doing and help you further your hard-earned money. But be very careful who you trust and do some research on who you do business with, because this is the dangers of having too much money, is that you just never know who's going to come across your way to try to use that money. Or a simpler way, invest in professionally managed real estate funds. This gives you diversification and completely hands-off approach, typically managed by large corporations. And again, into commercial properties, buy triple net properties, lease properties. These are commercial properties where the tenant handles property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. So as a landlord, you just collect the rent with minimal responsibility. And even more hands-off, invest into commercial real estate syndications. Invest as a passive partner in larger commercial properties, apartments, retail, and industrial. Here, experienced operators manage everything for you and you just invest your money. In the last scenario here, the real estate dreamer. You hate your job and you dream of real estate as a career, but you don't want to sell real estate as a real estate agent. So you give a shot at house flipping. You buy undervalued properties, renovate them, and sell them for profit. This needs capital, construction, know-how, and solid project management. And there's real estate wholesaling. Find distressed properties, get them under contract, and then assign to a contract to another investor for a fee. This requires strong marketing and negotiation skills, and also not having a conscience. No matter where you're starting, whether it's with ambition and $10,000 or you're setting your years of success, there's a real estate move for you. The key is knowing where you stand, being honest about what you want, and making the next smart move from there. We'll have financial enlightenment at different stages or ages of our life where you come to the realization that you need to establish a foundation for yourself. Whether you're 20 years old or 50 years old, starting your career or already in a successful career, investing into real estate can provide a great foundation for your future. Knowing all of your options is important no matter where you are in life. If you're considering buying your first home or an investment property in Las Vegas, please reach out to me or leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.